Hello, hello. How is everybody tonight? And welcome to answering a reader question. I'm going to see who is on. Are we on live on in the YouTubies? I don't think we are. Maybe. Where would it show that? I don't know, but it says that we're live. You are live. Oh, wait. Okay. And I'm live on Facebook. Hello. Oh, there's some people here. Hello. Hello. Hello, Jane. Hello, Jeannie. Hey, girl. Beach bookworm. I haven't seen you in a while. I watch you over on the Instagrams. I hope you're well. Hey, Chelsea. Hello, Jane again. Hello, Kayla. How are you? I was thinking about you today. So I was driving and that curvy road again. Remember when we did our live the other night and I was driving home from walking? Well, I was driving that curvy road again. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking of Kayla. Hey, Tammy. Love that picture. Hey, Ashley, y'all made it home. Yay. Eddie was saying how he had so much fun talking with y'all the other night. Thank you so much for letting him share a table. Chelsea, everybody's saying hi. Hey, Amanda. Hiya. I'm good. I'm good. Hello, Barbara. How are you doing down there? Are you in that path? If you're northeast, maybe you're a little bit north of that path. How are you doing? Let us know. Hey. Hey, Angie. I was thinking of you too. Now I got to remember what for. I think of all y'all all the time, but I just asked her the same thing, Jeannie. Thank you so much. I love hosting. I hope you had fun. You know what? So also I don't know if you knew this, but also in Cincinnati, they were having this thing called a book crawl. And it is kind of like a pub crawl, but for the independent bookstores. And some people stayed and went to the book crawl on Sunday. He needs to join the live again. Oh, he's outside with his brother. His brother, Daniel. I love those curves. They scare me at the same time. So far, so good. I'm not in the cone, but we'll still get strong, and we're currently under a tropical. Please be careful. Oh, how are you doing in Southeast Florida? Are you there? Are you not there? We're prepared and it will be okay. It will be. Hey, DeShannon, how are you? It is so good seeing you guys on here. You guys, if you do not belong to both of their channels on the YouTubes, do. They have the best channels. And you can, I was actually on one time on an interview. That was a lot of fun, which I shared in my newsletter. We had so much fun. So what is everybody reading these days? So while you tell me in the chat what you're reading, I would love to know. I am going to answer this week's reader question from Sydney Hutchings, and she said, how do you create your characters and bring them to life? Oh gosh. So for any of you guys that are watching the replay, because most of you guys are not new here, so you know that I don't pick the reader questions beforehand. I like to jump on and then just scroll down and look And that's the one we pick. So, how do you create your characters and bring them to life? Okay, so I always feel like the sleuth, and this is how I do it. I don't know how other authors do it, but this is how I do it. So I have the sleuth, the main sleuth, and you want the main sleuth to be somewhat knowledgeable, but they need to grow. So I always have the main sleuth, and that person is pretty solid. Like it's a solid foundation, right? Good moral character, except when they want to get nosy, but pretty much a good moral character. But it's the side characters, the secondary characters, as some of them call them, that we really want to shine. We don't want to take away from the sleuth, but you don't want the sleuth to, like, all my sayings are Southern. All my books are Southern, and I'm Southern, and I say a lot of my sayings that are in the book, obviously, but I don't go around saying them all the time. But like, for instance, we can say, Aunt Maxie in the Killer Coffee series, she is a little offbeat. She dresses like a hobo. She has that crazy hairspray that she uses. We also love Loretta, who wears the jangly bracelets, loves a good spray tan, dressed to the hilt. So those are the side characters that will make the scene kind of quirky. And then of course, we have Dottie from the Camper and Criminal series, who's a smoker. She wears curlers. She is just all the way around hilarious. And so, of course, when she makes it on the page, we know that we're going to have some serious stuff, some sleuthing stuff, but then they bring in the fun. So when I'm creating my characters, like if I was starting over, so for instance, I know that when I started doing the Holiday Junction series, which was Violet Reinhammer's crossover from the Camper series, which has just people love. I'm so happy. When I was creating that series, I wanted the series to have like a Gatlinburg kind of feel with Santa Land, and also like the crazy candy shop that's not just Christmas, but all the holidays. So I'm talking like Arbor Day, all the crazy, goofy holidays. And so when I was creating that town, I first picked the shops, and then whatever the shops were about is how I created the characters. So for instance, if you go to my Magical Cures Mystery Series, which, big spoiler alert, it's having a big series sale next week. So if you've not read the Magical Cure series, you're going to want to read it. And it's a big series sale for 99 cents. All the books will be 99 cents next week. So that's just a big series sale that's coming, because I want, my phone she went, because she thinks I said Siri, and I said series. So I don't know where my phone is. Actually it's on my iPad. Hilarious. So she was like, but anyway, so it's a big series sale, and I want you guys to read it, because that book not only won in 2012, won the best witch book cover, which since we've done, but this is back in 2012, and this is before The Good Witch on the Hallmark Channel, and it won the best the E-Festival of Words. It won so many awards, and it was on the USA Today's bestsellers list back then twice. It went on, and it was on for like 4 weeks, and then it went off, and then it came back. And so it was that has been by far my most popular series. A lot of people are like, "What? You wrote witches? Huh?" Yeah, and I still have books with paranormals in it, ghosts, like Kenny Lowry. That's a paranormal mystery series where the deputy is a ghost. And then I have let's see. So this is the reason why I want so the reason why this book is on sale is because I will start back up writing the Southern Magical Bakery series, which is adorbs. I gotta look for the cover. I don't know where the cover is. Well, here we will pull it up. Amazon. So I had to stop writing that series, but anyway, so it's called this. My iPad keeps popping up Siri. So, anyways, I had to stop. So here is. Let's see if I can share my screen. Share screen. We're gonna go to no, we don't want to do Amazon Photos. We want to do Amazon there. Okay, share. So you can see that this is the Magical Cures Bakery series. Well, I have a whole another book that's for pre-order, but this is a spin. So the Magical Cures stopped. Like it's ended at 14. The last book came out last year, but also in the last book, because I know all you guys have read it and loved it. And this is why we continued the series. But I wanted the characters. Like I felt like with that series, I took the witches far as I could go. But for instance, each one in that series, when I made the town, has something really cool and special to it. So if you went into a cleansing spirit spa, then Shonda Shango might say to you, hey, you should play the lottery. Have you ever played the lottery or something? Because she is not only a manicurist, but she's also a palm reader. And then we have, let's see, we had the bookstore where she was able to read like between the lines about people that they came in that wanted a certain book. Then we had the Gathering Grove, which was the tea shop, and he could read tea leaves. Then we had the Glory Be Pet Shop, which was the local pet store that and people came back as animals, and she would try to pair them as like the no-kill shelter. That was a whole lot of fun. And then we had the twins, who were the sisters that owned two funerals, the funeral home, the two sisters funeral home. And I was always, people always said, oh my gosh, they remind me of Tweedledee and Tweedledum, because they were always fumbling. I remember they had an ostrich as a pet. Then we had the light shop with Isadora Solstice, and that was really because she is a crystal ball reader. And then, of course, we have June Hill, who is our sleuth. So that's how I came up with those characters, because I knew I wanted each one of them to have some sort of power or magic for their shop. So their shop was a cover for their magic. And of course, June Hill is our trusty old homeopathic curist that knows if you come in and you're like, oh, I've got this terrible heartburn, and she intuitively knows that you have a heartbreak or something like that. And so she goes back to the back and says, oh, I've got the perfect antidote, natural antidote for you. But she would go back behind her little partition and make up a cure in her cauldron. And so it's so funny, because if you remember, behind the cauldron or behind the petition, there was a shelf full of really cool bottles, and whoever came in and she was making a potion for, the bottle knew that it was meant for them, so it would glow. So she knew to use that bottle for a certain person with the certain potion. And I made all that stuff up, but it was so much fun. But as you know, the series went on, and so her and Oscar Park had baby Lo. So they would call her little one. Oh, little one, when June was pregnant. And so when she came out, they named her Lo. And the Southern Magical Bakery series is all about Lo. So like her mama, Lo does not think that she has powers. And of course, June Hill, Mr. Prince Charming, who's on all the books of that series. Let me see if I can find that. So here's the first book, the Magical Southern Magical Bakery, which we had I published back in September of 21. And you guys remember my mama had that terrible car wreck in September of 21, and I had to move home and had to put that book on hold. But lo and behold, here is the second book, and it is up for pre-order, A Pie to Die For. And so what happened with this series was I wanted her to grow up, and even though that she's moved out of Whispering Falls, then she comes into her own. But all the characters of A Magical Cure will be visiting the that series as well. So, but you can see how this is the first book in the Magical Cure series if you've not read it, and it's got over 4,000 5-star, 4,000 4-star, 4.2 rating reviews. And I love it so much. And it's free. This one's free. It's always free. But next week, all the books in the series, which are, oops, I don't want to do that. All the books in the series will be on sale for 99 cents because I am going to start writing all the books. But of course, this is Mr. Prince Charming. He's on all the books, who we love. This was the old book cover. So these are some of the short stories. This is a Halloween one. This is the Christmas one. And this is just a little short story. We also know that there's a crossover between this series and the Killer Coffee series when Roxy Bloom and Patrick have their honeymoon in Whispering Falls. And she's like, what kind of charming town is this? But as we know of all things, Mr. Prince Charming is there with June. And you're probably wondering, why on earth are there charms on all of these book covers? Well, if you know me, you know that I have a charm. I have 3 charm bracelets, and 2 of them I wear all the time together. And I love my charms, and everybody always asks me about charms. So this is another thing about Mr. Prince Charming. I thought, well, I would love in every book for Mr. Prince Charming to drop a charm at June's feet. And when Mr. Prince Charming does that, June knows that, something is not right here. Something's going to happen because this charm means something. So in each of the books at the beginning, there is a list of the charms for that book and the ones previous to what they mean. Hi, Rowena. Is it getting dark in here? Do I need to turn on my light? Do I need to turn my light on? Hold on, let me turn my light on. Woo. So probably, I hate when it puts down that thing. So anyway, so every one of these books, have some sort of charm. And I wanted, and they do mean something. So I don't know who that lady was in that video. So every book has Mr. Prince Charming. And we also know that in this book, I wanted, this series in particular, I wanted there to be she has a crystal ball who is so snarky and hates Mr. Prince Charming. So she was her own character, but I knew I needed someone to be really snarky outside of the sisters, the 2 old sisters that own the funeral home that have the pet ostrich, and she rides around on it like a horse. I knew I wanted another quirky character in there, and that meant the crystal ball, which was Madame Torres. So I love that. I love Mr. Prince Charming. I love Bella's Baubles, where she reads gemstones. So it's a whole thing. There's a flower shop. Oh my gosh, you guys, there is. I just can't even think of all the shops at in that little town. But we love June's Gems, and I actually made some of those. That recipe's on YouTube, and that's going out in the newsletter too. So to get everybody prepared. So those books are going to be on sale next week for 99 cents to get ready, not only for Halloween, but also to get ready for the new series. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for that new series, because now that Mom is better, we're going to, and oh my gosh, see, she thinks I'm saying Siri. And I'm not. But anyways, and so that way we are full ready to go. So that is how I get my characters, is really I base it on like who they are in the series and how long they're going to be in the series. And, just exactly, because the quirkier, the better for the side characters. But I want the readers to take the sleuth a little more serious. And in their cozy mysteries, how much can you really take them all so seriously, right? So I hope that answers your question, Cindy. I just create them the way I would want to read them and depending on the series. Um, so, and also the Order of Elders, which are the ladies that float down with the cute little witchy shoes that are in charge of like the president of um the whole series of the magical cures also are in the first book. And so they're also in the second book, and there's a huge arc that's going to happen with them in the new Southern Magical Bakery series. But the thing, so Wicked Good Bakery was in Magical Cures, and she and her sister met June when June found out she was a witch, had to go to the Unhidden School, University, Unhidden University, remember that? So she had to Hidden Hall. Unhidden Hall, or was it Hidden Hall? Unhidden Hall. She had to go to the university, and that's where she met the Sisters for Wicked Good Bakery that opened up after that. And I love that. And so, as you find out, or as you read the story, Lo loves hanging out with Raven Mortimer. And so she loves to be a baker. So obviously she gets the bakery. But, June is half mortal and half good cider, half witch. And so unfortunately, after they have Lo, she shows no sign of being a witch. And so they think, oh, she's inherited um, her mother's talent, her grandmother's. And those of you who read the series know that you cannot, there are rules that live in Whispering Falls. So you can't live in Whispering Falls or own a shop unless you have powers. People do not know that this is a witch town. Like the mortals don't know. They just think, oh, this is a really cute town and I feel really good when I come. And so what happened is that Lo has to move because she can't live in the town because it doesn't appear as if she has magical powers. So that's where we start off in the Southern Magical Bakery. And I wanted to have that family thread in there. I thought that'd be awful fun. And then of course, June shows up in the first one as well as the Order of Elders. So I hope me explaining that series a little bit more helps you understand how I created my characters, because that's probably the best way to the personalities of the shops is how I kind of do it. And then kind of their role with the sleuth. So we know that Millie Kay is Violet's mom. And so we know that she's Southern and she has all those Southern mama vibes. So we have to, do that with her. So that's really fun. So we'll see if this has answered your question, but I hope that, and then it gave me an opportunity to talk about the Magical Cures series, which I totally love and adore. And again, next week will be on sale and continue my journey. So that's not the only other paranormal books I have. Let's see, I have the Spies and Spells, which is the witch series. I also have Splitsville.com, which people are like, what is Splitsville.com? And I mean, the name is terrible, but I love it. So she has so there was, when I was younger, there was this guy that you could pay that would break up I wonder if it's still around. Let me look. I can't remember his. Let me go. But anyways, I was fascinated with this guy. And let's see if he has videos. If his videos are still up. I really can't remember what it was called. Okay, so what this guy did was that you could hire him, and he would call and he'd say, and if you answer, he'd say, yes, or say it's Tanya. This is Tanya, and I'm recording this. Do you give me permission? And they would say, what? And he was like, yes. And he's like, are you there? And they'd say, yes. So that would give him permission because they said yes to record his phone call, and he'd say, "Hey, Tanya, this is so and so with the something something breakup, and I just want you to know that Mr. Prince Charming is breaking up with you." And I'd be like, "What?" And he recorded these, and this was fascinating. And he was like, "Yeah, so and so's breaking up with you." And she's like, "Is this a joke?" And he's like, "Well, no, because when you filled out the form for him to break up with people, you would put things that only you and the other person would know. So sometimes it was personal, or he'd say, you know what? He said that you know, I don't know, tooted in the middle of the night or something. I don't know, but something like that. But it was so funny. And it would be like, what are you talking about? I can't believe that. Are you making this up? And so it was so fascinating to listen to these breakup calls, and they were kind of funny and they were kind of not funny, but people would pay him to break up for them. So I thought, oh my gosh, I'll use that as a premise for these things. But my girl is also a psychic. So she would call and she'd be like, so and so's breaking up with you. And she's like, oh my God, you need to get out of your house now. And so she never knew where these people were located. She just knew that their phone number, and she would get the form. And she's like, oh my gosh, you need to get out of the house now, because she would see that they were about to be killed or they were going to die or something like that. So besides breaking up with them, she'd give them advice so they wouldn't die. And so that ended up being a 3-book series, which was a lot of fun. And then I, decided on the Magical Cure. So you guys, I've been publishing since 2010. These are some old books, and they go on sale for 99 cents all the time because they're funny. And then currently I have the other paranormal series is the Southern Magical Bakery with the one. Another one's coming out again, like I said and showed you. And then the Kenny Lowry series is paranormal. And I think that is the only 2 that I'm currently writing in and publishing in. But I'm really excited to get back to them. I love writing paranormal. That was obviously where I started. And then it wasn't until I started writing, was it the Camper series? The Killer Coffee series was the first non-paranormal series that I wrote. Of course, I wrote the crossover because I just had to throw some paranormal in there. So that was fun. And then, then the Camper series, and then the Holiday series. So anyways, I've just rambled on way too long. So let's see how everybody is. Barbara said she is good. That is awesome. And we are praying for everyone's okay. Hey, Stephanie. I got to hug on Stephanie this weekend. Amanda is reading the second book in the series called The Halloween Book, Death by Jack-O-Lantern by Alexis Morgan. I do not know who that is. The Beach by Tiffany. She says, I'm happy for this because waiting is the worst. I'm reading Murder with a Pint of Pumpkin Spice and Murder Low Main. Amy, boy, How to Outwit a Wizard. Amy's a very dear friend of mine. I can tell you that's a really good book. I've not read these other ones. Starting the Banned Book Club by Brenda Novak. Oh, I've heard good things about that one. I'm currently reading Arc of Autumn's Awnings and Arson. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm still reading Sherlock Holmes and Dracula in physical form and My Mother's Day Murder. Oh, thank you. And The Librarian of Crooked Lane, an audiobook. Look at you. You are an overachiever. I cannot do that. I have an idea for a plot. Ooh, what's that? Oh, Jenny's reading Zip Lines, Zealots and Zip Lines. Really good. If you haven't read it, you should. I have, but thank you. I actually did a book club down in the Daniel Boone for a zip lining group a few weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun. Dottie does rock. I love her. National Coffee Day. Ooh, ooh. This was a good one. What was a good one? I'm listening to Decaffeinated Scandal. Oh, yay. I love that. I love all of those books in that coffee series. I read the Magical Cures books, the first one. Oh, thank you. I love The Good Witch. I know. And when The Good Witch came out, I'm like, dude, I've written a whole lot of The Good Witch's books. Just take them on. Great series. Thank you, Tammy. I know you love that paranormal, girl. I'm reading Love, Lies, and Hocus Locus by Linda Shearer. I don't know who that is, but I would have to look her up. Hey, Charlene, get in Patreon and look at the community tab. Angie, wasn't it you, Angie Evans? If you're still on here, put something in there about Grand Sugars. Hilarious. I said, Charlene would love it that you're using Grand Sugars. Hey, Betty, just got off work. The twins are a trip. Thank you so much. I love the twin sisters. They crack me up. And Mr. Prince Charming. I know we all love him. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. Such a good book. Oh, I know you like the Magical Cures books. Everybody loves those. I love that series. Read them all. Thank you. I'm only with this, but I have all the books. Yay, Jane. Jane, prepare for a charming binge for sure. I tried to read the first book in each one of your series prep for last weekend. What was last week? Oh, last weekend with us. And the Magical Cures is my really. I love that. I love that so much. The Treesort. Oh yeah, I love the Treesort. So there is I forgot all about the Treesort. So see, I don't have it in front of me. I'm not writing in it right now, so I won't remember it. But there is a Treesort with all the trees. And don't you love her Mr. Sandman potions that she puts in all of the pillows. So when they fall asleep, they have the best sleep ever. And so they recommend the Treesort to all their friends because it's such a relaxing sleep. Read it as fast as I can. I got you. And that crystal ball, you gotta love her. I had to change my Alexa name to Ziggy because every time someone on TV said Alexis, it would answer. That's hysterical. So I have something to show you. So somebody actually made me a crystal ball. It's hysterical. We'll go see it. Hold on. I got to go down the basement to get it. Because I didn't realize I was going to be talking about a Magical Cures, which I love so much. But we will carry on with Lo. You never know. You never know. Maybe I'll do a June when she's in her older years. We got to go back to the scary basement. Now I got to find it. Let's see, people. Let me see. Uh-oh, Rowena's falling. She's like, why are you in the scary basement? Because it's a scary basement. Oh my gosh, here it is. Oh my gosh. Look at her. Is that not hysterical? So somebody made me Madame Torres. Isn't that the best? I love it. Come on, Ro. That cat. So anyways, we were painting all my bookshelves this last week. And Eddie, I think I told y'all was organizing them. And so we haven't got everything back on there yet. And so Madame Torres goes next to the Magical Cures books. So is that not hilarious? Madame Torres. That is so scary. Isn't that scary? But look how cute it is. I mean, it's just the most precious thing. And she put on there, Tanya Kappas. I just love it. So funny. But again, she probably sent that back to me in like 2012. I love you guys. You guys are, I love that. The Marys. I know we forget about the Marys, right? And how they floated down with their little things. So they also are in Hidden Hall. That's right. Wait, isn't Oscar half mortal? He is too, remember? But you know how they are. If you come up with shops and the characters in the world, did the Jiggle Joint come about? Oh my gosh. So I think about these things. And so that's what we call them, the Jiggle Joint. And so when my son was in college, one of my boys was in college, and I was like, what are all these dollar charges on his debit card? He was a freshman. And I noticed it was from a Jiggle Joint down in Lexington. And I know that Jiggle Joint. And I was like, because that's where I'm from. And I'm like, what are these dollars? Do these girls have things on their belt? They're like, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. And so I told him, I said, listen, if you're going to go to a Jiggle Joint, you need to stop by the bank and get you some dollars and not do the cha-ching, cha-ching, because I'm still on your account. And we do not need me to know that you are going to a Jiggle Joint. I just can't do that. And so, that was that. Hi, Leslie Lawrence. Was it Trevor Myers, the breakup guy? It could have been. Is that what he was? Hold on. I'm going to look him up. Trevor Myers, the breakup guy. I mean, it was hilarious. Oh, I don't know who that is. I mean, I can't even find it now. But oh my stars, it was hysterical. I've read all of Amy's books. She's awesome. Thanks for the YouTube channel. Oh, you're welcome. Yes, that was me. I love that. I said I had to do it as a warning. I'm reading the mail. Oh, hilarious. Well, Ashley Youngblood is the one that gave me the ideas for that. And she's on here tonight too. And you know Ashley from our event. And what's the crossover series with the porter who moved from the campus area? Where is the town? The crossover series is the holiday cozy mystery series. Let's see, I can kind of show you on Amazon what that looks like. Okay, share. We'll go over there. Oh, here we are. Okay, so it's the holiday cozy mystery series. So this is it. This is the first book. I'm not sure if I really like these covers. I feel like a cover redo. I don't know. I love the covers at first, but I don't know. But this is the series. I love the series. It's super popular. Everybody loves Violet. And currently, the Patreon and I are writing this one. And then the 12th book is Father's Day. For Father's Day next year. So I haven't got it up for pre-order yet, but this is the book that's going to come out. So it's really fun. So that's her series. And it's not set in, I don't know, what town do you want it to be set in? I don't know, but everybody asks me that. Where's the town? Oh my gosh, I forgot to, where's the state? Where's the state? I don't know. It could be in any state. I just know that it's in the state of my head. And I know that I wanted it to have all the terrains. People are like, oh, it has to be in Washington. I've never been to Washington. So I don't know. It could have been in Rhode Island. They have all the terrains. It could have been in North Carolina. But there, it doesn't take place. The town is called Holiday Junction. So it's all made up. All made up. I need Mr. Sandman sprinkles. Yes, thank you. Oh, y'all saw Ro. Ro, they saw you jump up here. Oh, neat. I love that when I listen to one of your audiobooks, I find another series of yours. I know. Isn't that hysterical? I always do like little Easter eggs. The crystal ball is awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. So cool. That is the best crystal. And that's the cutest. She did so cool. No, he didn't. Oh my gosh, y'all are like, yes, he did. I mean, I was like, what? I was like going like this. And I'm like, what are you doing? Going cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And I was like disgusted. I was like, what are you doing down there? But he's all good and grown now. Rowena, everybody says hi to you. Okay, you want a drink? She probably doesn't. She's like, what is that? So do you guys take your water bottles and put stickers all over them? I do. Oh my gosh. So the funniest picture was taken this weekend of not me holding that big old water bottle. And I'll try to find it. And then not only holding that big old water bottle, but I'm going to find it so I can show it to you. Two dames. Okay, let's I'll screen share it, which was hysterical. Share the screen. Two dames, share. So here's two dames, right? Our group. But the funniest thing ever is this one it? This is one of our tours. Those are the underground crypts. They were scary. These are underground tunnels. This thing right here is like if you're walking down a city street and there's a grate, like these tunnels are all over Cincinnati. And oh, that's actually where they did the barrels for the Prohibition whiskey. Oh, there. Look at this picture, y'all. So I love my shirt. I don't care. I love that shirt all day long. But I was trying to give directions and look at this is the I got blow it up. Oh my gosh. This is the tour guide over here. And I took her microphone. She's like, hey, Todd. Look, here's my big old bottle. And there's my charm bracelets. She's like, do you want the microphone? I'm like, yes, I do. On her tour. I'm like, when that picture came up there, I was like, are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me? And so I was like hysterical that I took over the microphone. So funny. I cracked myself up. I cracked myself up. Anyways, when Tammy said, what did the shirt? I was trying to give people directions to the boat, and we were near the boat, and I'm like, oh, guys, listen, before you move on, if you need to know where the boat is, just go down there. And she's like, would you like my microphone? I said, yeah, of course I do. Right, Ro? My shirt said, it's a good day to read a book. And I love that shirt. And so I wore it. And that's what I was going to do. Right, Rowena? Hi. And Rowena has been messing with the pumpkins that I had on the tables. She's been messing with it. The little dingly ding. Haven't you, sis? Huh? Sister? So anyways, I have taken up plenty of your time. I'm going to bounce out. I love you all. And I will see you next week when I answer a reader question. Good night. Have a good one. And I love you.